Alright, so my Phantom 4 Pro is finally back, and I'd probably be a lot more excited right now if I didn't have to jump through so many hoops to try to get this back from UPS. I swear whenever I'm expecting a delivery, I always miss it and they end up leaving one of those door tags on the door. So I had to go to the facility, pick it up, but I have finally got it back in my hands. Anyway, inside of this box is my Phantom 4 Pro back from DJI's repair facility out in California. And this video is going to be a little bit of a review of the whole entire process and also a breakdown of the process so that if this happens to you in the future and you need to send off your drone, you'll know how to do so and also what to expect. Now, I made a video almost immediately after the incident happened. For those of you who may not know, I had an ESC error before I took off. I'm really happy I didn't get one of those while I was flying, as my drone most likely would have just fallen from the sky. Now, for those of you who didn't watch that video and who may not know what I'm talking about, I'm going to start from the very beginning so I'm not leaving anyone out and go over the full timeline from start to finish. Now, this all started off on July 17th. This was the day of the incident, or I guess when I got the error. I tried taking off in the afternoon and nothing would work. I tried reinstalling firmware, IMU calibration, I mean really everything, and nothing would work. Later that day, I shipped off my Phantom 4 Pro as I wanted to get it out as soon as possible. From where I live on the East Coast, it took 7 days to get to DJI's repair facility in San Francisco. I don't really count the first day since I ran into the UPS store just before it closed. But anyway, I actually got this email once it arrived and many more throughout the process of the repair. I'll share them with you as we move through the timeline. I got emails all throughout the time they had my drone and was never left in the dark about what was going on. The next two emails came the same day my drone was delivered. The first one stated that my Phantom 4 Pro was evaluated by the repair team. The email that followed was an invoice for the repairs that had to be made. Luckily for me, it was covered under warranty and the repairs didn't cost me anything. I intended on waiting for the repairs to be finished in around 3 to 6 days, like the email stated, but to my surprise, I received an email only 2 days later saying that the repairs were complete. The day after that, July 27th, my drone was shipped back to me, and now on August 2nd, it has been delivered back to me. That is a total of 17 days I was without my Phantom 4 Pro, and more than half of that time was just due to shipping. I really can't do anything considering I live on the other side of the country. I have to say that the whole process went very smoothly. I again was never in the dark about what DJI was doing to my drone or what was really going on with my drone in general. I've definitely heard horror stories about DJI support and especially sending people's drones off. Some people saying it took 3 months, weeks, really all of the above. But again, I've never really had a problem when it comes to their support team, and I do think that they're trying to be better, which is definitely good for us who have purchased their drones. Now really quickly, I want to open up this box and do a quick visual inspection of the drone and make sure everything looks the way it does when I send it off, make sure the serial number is correct, make sure they sent me back the same actual Phantom 4 Pro, and also make sure I got all of the components back that I sent off with it. Alright, so here's the box. Looks like the same case that I sent it off in. Opening up the box, we have Alright, so we have the remote controller, sent off the remote controller with it. We've got the Phantom 4 Pro as well as the battery that I sent off with it. We'll look at that a little bit more in just a few seconds. We also have some propellers. Now, when I sent it off, I had a gray bag, and it looks like I now have a black bag with red strings. And it also looks like these are brand new propellers. And you guys can see they actually still have the plastic on them. So that's pretty cool. Brand new propellers. I know that mine were a little bit beat up with bug guts all over them. And I kind of like the black bag more, so can't really complain about that. Let's see. The final thing that's inside of here is a little piece of paper. And it looks like it's just some directions about linking your remote controller and also a couple of things about updating firmware, etc., etc. So right now, I'm going to go through some of the little things. Actually, wait 1 second. I'm going to look at the Phantom 4 Pro. Make sure it is the same serial number. Alright, so after looking at the case on DJI's website and then looking at the serial number inside of here, they seem to be different, so that means that I think I have a brand new, or a different at least, Phantom 4 Pro. I do see that it has some little reflective piece or protective piece over the DJI logo right here, and it also has this little gimbal guard in the back that you're supposed to remove before flight. So I don't know if this is a brand new Phantom 4 Pro. I don't know if this is a refurbished one. It does have some marks around it, so it could be a refurbished one, but I don't think that this is my Phantom 4 Pro, which is kind of discerning. It's something that I definitely wish I got back. But right now I'm going to do an IMU calibration. I'm going to reinstall the firmware, and then I'm going to head outside and do some test flights. So I'll see you guys outside. So it's definitely not my Phantom 4 Pro. There's some bumps around the camera that I don't recognize. There's some wear on the back of the controller that wasn't there. Even on the case, there's a little bit of wear on the inside from pulling the remote controller in and out. As I said, it's discerning. I wish I had my Phantom 4 Pro back. It's almost like a car. It's like you become attached to a car, you drive that car, and if you crash, it's kind of like I was using that thing every single day, and it's kind of how I feel with the Phantom 4 Pro. So really quickly, I want to do a test flight. I'm also, let me just send this up real quick. So yeah, I want to do a quick test flight, and I also want to take some footage, see how the camera looks, make sure everything checks out. I'm sure it will. Alright, so I literally just tried to record some footage, and across the screen it says not available. It won't let me take a photo. It won't let me take a picture. This has been happening with the Mavic Pro camera on my Mavic Pro, and it seems that like the camera basically comes disconnected. I've never had this problem with my Phantom 4 Pro, and now it's just starting up. So usually I just have to restart the drone and everything works fine after that, but this is annoying. Alright, take two. Alright, so I mean, everything checks out, it flies fine. It looks like the footage is fine from what I can see on my phone. I'll have to watch it back on my computer. At the end of the day, I still am a little bit upset that I got a refurbished Phantom 4 Pro back. It feels like I'm almost driving a rental car right now. I mean, you guys know how it is. You get attached to your car. I got attached to my drone, and now it feels like I'm flying somebody else's, which I really am. But I know that in about a week or so, that kind of phase will be over, and I'll feel like this is mine and it should be all better. I do have to say thank you to DJI for making this such an effortless experience. I mean, they gave me the shipping label. I just had to bring it to UPS. They took care of it. All the shipping was covered. All the repairs were covered. And now 17, 18 days later, I've got my Phantom 4 Pro back. And I'm very happy. I can't say that, you know, I'm pissed off. It flies fine. It shoots video fine. Takes pictures fine. At the end of the day, everything is going to be okay. So down in the comments below, let me know some of your stories. I know that I got to hear from some of you on the last video I made about DJI support and sending my Phantom 4 Pro off. But again, for those of you who didn't comment, I'd love to hear what your experiences are. But anyway, guys, that about does it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, I'll talk to you later. Peace.